Hello boys, it's I, Mr. Double Digits, world record holder for being ejected from the most amount of Thai massage parlors. Recently, I took a trip to Japan, where along with being humbled in various arcades and finding out that I am in fact still terrified of flying, I finally finished a long overdue task of mine. I purchased Tekken Card Challenge on the Wonder Swan, the final game I needed to own every single game in the Tekken series. And it got me thinking, what's the most obscure of all these Tekken games? Now, Wonder Swan Tekken is certainly up there, but I've seen videos made about it, leading it to be somewhat of a well-known unknown game. Tekken Advance has its own little following for being fucking cool and a great little handheld fighter. Death by Degrees, we'll get there one day. There's Tekken Hybrid, there's Tekken Revolution, there's a crapload on consoles, but I think we can go deeper than that. As expected of a series that's been going for 30 goddamn years, Tekken has had a variety of mobile games. There's Tekken Bowling, and there's Tekken Mobile. What you'd expect for the series, a spin-off of the minigame in Tekken Tag and Tekken 7, and just Tekken on mobile. Never got to play either of these two, so enjoy somebody else's footage for the moment. But we can get weirder than that, because there's a weird-ass RPG Tekken Arena. I played the crap out of this back in the day. No fucking lie. If it's Tekken, I'll play it, but yeah, looking back on it, I don't know why I put so much goddamn time into this fucking game. This also led me to playing Tekken Card Challenge on iOS and Android. I still have the cards that they sold for this game. Like, I have a whole little booklet full of them right here. You could scan these moved cards into the game, and you could just become overpowered. This is what led me to being a Yoshimitsu main in the game of all things. But there was one that's always stuck out in my memory. I had to go deep back into the annals of this brain-rotted, Akuma-pilled mind. And it's where I found Tekken Resolute. So for the kids, Java games were popular back before smartphones. Sometimes you'd fire off a text and get them, sometimes you'd download them straight from your Windows Vista pooter, whatever. They were the most basic of games, like really fucking basic. I swear the NES was more powerful, but shit, we wanted something. We wanted to play Tomb Raider on our fucking Sony Ericssons, or our Motorola fucking Razors, or the goddamn flip phones. You want to think of Snake on mobile, that's the kind of level we're talking about. But back when I was 13 or 14 years old, I discovered Tekken Resolute. This is a Java adaptation released about the same time as Tekken 6, which puts us about 2007. I feel old. Now let's have a gander at this, shall we? So upon starting it up, I find that I got to use the emulator to rotate it 90 degrees so I can actually play the game properly. I remember having issues with it back in the day. Funnily enough, I remember only getting the bottom left corner of the game on one of my phones. I think it might have been the Motorola I had back at the time. And just having to move the characters all the way over to the left side of the screen just so I could see what was going on. Upon starting the game up, you are given the choice as to whether you would like to play with SFX or music. I did say these games were very basic. Selecting arcade mode, we find we only have two playable characters for now, Jin and Xiao Yu. The other characters are unlocked by finishing either arcade or story mode, because they've been separated for some reason. It's weird, don't worry about it. They're the same thing. You can unlock alternate colors for each fighter, so there is some replayability. As a fun fact, this is actually the only Tekken game to not have Heihachi on the roster. When doing some research for this video, I actually found out that Tekken Force is unlockable upon finishing arcade mode on later versions. And I can't find a later version, but it looks fun. 14-year-old me would have gotten a kick out of this before I discovered girls and all that, but you know, fuck it, it's kind of cool to look at now. Now, I must preface this chat about gameplay by admitting that the emulator would only work with the mouse. I tried a bunch of different things, but my pad and my keyboard just wouldn't work with it. So what you're seeing on screen is me playing by hastily clicking between the buttons in the D-pad. Yeah, this isn't the first time I've had to play a fighting game one-handed, but at least it's not dead or alive this time. It's a little better. The gameplay is actually broken down into more of a virtual fighter kind of deal. You got your punch, you got your kick, and you got your grab. Tekken movesets tend to look like a glossary of punishment, but here we're down to fucking basics. I also can't duck, so no low attacks to show off. Shockingly, juggle combos are actually included. and you can forward and backdash. There's no rage mechanic, but yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. In my attempt to unlock Tekken Force, I ended up playing with each character through arcade mode, and I've ended up actually forming a tier list of sorts. Nina and Law are ridiculously good. Nina especially has a mix-up built into her basic ground combo. Xiao Yu I'd throw in as an A tier, purely because she's not quite as good as the other two and lacks a launcher. Jin has a good launcher and takes the spot as a general all-rounder. He's got no low-hitting moves in the basic combo, but shit, you just keep hitting them and eventually they'll die. Kazuya is like a worse Jin. Paul has sweet fuck all going on, but he's not terrible, he's just basic. And then there's Yoshi and King. My god, they suck. Yoshimitsu has the worst punch in the game, and this spinning kick move is just, it's okay, it just gets blocked all the time. His only advantage is that you can combo off his grab. And King? You know, for a grappler, you'd expect him to be able to grapple, but plot twist, you gotta be able to get close to fucking do that. And with how limited I am due to previously mentioned mouse controls, I couldn't really pull that shit off. I feel like this list is accurate, even though I couldn't try a fair amount of moves. But also, who is gonna disagree with me? Who else is gonna be playing this enough to form a tier list? I challenge you, viewers, I challenge you. Play the fuck out of this and give a tier list. Give a proper tier list. I will submit to you. No homo. Now, this will all lead you to the big question. Why would I play this, Mr. Didi? Well, back in school, having your Game Boy with you would get that shit either A, confiscated, or B, stolen. Your phone, however. This passcode protected piece of crap Sony Ericsson with a busted headphone jack, I had to use an elastic band to keep it in place. Nobody wants it. It's also small enough that you can easily hide it in your pockets, your bag, your boxers. Try to accuse teachers of bad touch if need be. If I wanted Tekken on the go to play on the bus or at lunch or whatever, Tekken Resolute was perfect. It was a little help of fisticuff related dopamine to get a pre-McDonald's hairline me through the normal school day. Then I'd get home and I'd play a scenario campaign in Tekken 6. And I'd forget that I really enjoyed Tekken at all. Well, that's that. It's a shorter video this month. Don't worry, I'm working on something big. If you want to give Tekken Resolute a go, Java emulators for Android are fairly easy to find. I don't know about iOS. Apple can kiss my ass. With that, I'll sign off, and remember, go get your ass kicked.